Alright, hello everyone, how are you? Alright, first of all, thank you so much to Laurel and QCT and all of you for having me here today. It's actually very humbling to be here because we came up with this idea last year and it was just me in my mum's basement for a year getting it up and running until it's kind of exploded this year. And ideally I'd love to reverse this situation and I hear your stories, but I'm going to be up here just talking for a few minutes about what we've been up to in the last year and how we can help you. In particular, so I'll just talk very briefly about who I am. My name's Liam. I'm a beginning teacher as well myself. At the moment, I'm doing my master's, writing a thesis, travelling around about supporting pre-service teachers. I've also been working with Brisbane Boys College in their boarding house as a resident tutor. So I live with the grade 10s, basically make sure they do their homework and have a shower, which is probably the hardest job. I'm also a researcher with QCT, looking into different ways that we could support beginning teachers. And it's interesting seeing what everyone's been kind of involved with before teaching. I personally was into journalism before I started, but I got the teaching bug, I like to say, where you help a young person out and you get that aha moment and it's just addictive. And then from there, you never look back. So it's so fantastic to be in a room of enthusiastic young teachers as well. But there's also, as you can see, struggles, especially in the first few years of your career. I'll share a story with my worst lesson that I've ever taught. It was I had some time at Kenmore State High and I was teaching this grade 7 class, and who's ever taught a class where the kids have just come back from school camp? Yes? So I'm sure all of you know exactly what I'm talking about. All they want to do is talk about what they want to do on Prac, what they did on camp, and they weren't interested at all. Paired that with there was a late minute room change, and then pair that with the room change wasn't actually the room that we were in. So we're walking around, it's probably 20, 25 minutes into the lesson already. We don't have a room, there's already a class in that room, already a class in that room. We go to the library, there's some big talk going on for the grade 12s in the library, so there's absolutely nowhere for us to go. And we finally get into a back room and the kids decided to play like hide and seek in the library. And this was supposed to be my big lesson where I finally took the class, and it was just a disaster from beginning to end. And I'm sure I'd love to hear your horror stories as well. We all have them. But what really gets us through is that community, is helping each other out and helping other teachers going through that hard times. I know you've probably heard this a million times, but beginning teachers within the first 5 years of their career need that support massively. Kelly read an article recently called Slipping Through the Cracks, which state that this section for you is probably the critical section where you decide whether you stay with the profession or whether you don't. I know when I went out on my pracs and my experiences in schools, you rock up one day and that colleague of yours that you had the day before just doesn't show up. And you go, well, where's John? Oh, he's dropped out. And I'm sure most of you experienced the same thing when you were coming up. This lack of support that you might have felt. So that basically made us come up with a solution that's from pre-service teachers. So that's why I'm here to talk to you today. So it started off as Prac-E. Now, I'm the co-founder and president of Prac-E. And Prac-E is an initiative to support pre-service and early career teachers through best-in-class digital media and in-person symposium events as well. It started off when I went out on Prac during my course. My mentor teachers used to say, you know all that stuff at uni? Chuck all that out. This is the real deal now. I'll show you the ropes. And I said, well, why does that have to be? Why can't we actually get experience with tangible, practical, experienced teachers in the classroom? Why can't we connect more with experienced teachers? So my idea was, let's actually get a varied panel of real-world teachers that are in the classroom right now to come in and in an uncensored panel without an agenda, we just go ask away. Those tiny little questions that create anxiety and nerves for young teachers. Let's get beginning teachers, school principals, head managers to come in, and without selling something or without pushing an agenda, you can ask any question uncensored in an open forum. So that started last year, and so far it's just gone strength to strength. The response has been amazing. And we also communicate in 21st century methods as well. So we record all of this. And if you go to Prac-E right now, you can see the full events for free. And we break down, we do different videos. So we do teacher roundtables, where we get teachers of different points of perspectives and opinions, and we chuck a hand grenade in the middle of the table and see what they have to say. Should mobile phones be in the classroom? We get a young teacher, we get an experienced teacher. What role does high stakes testing play in education? On our last panel, we had a car crash basically. We had people of two extremely polarising opinions just going at it in front of the audience, which is fantastic to see as a beginning teacher. So that's gone strength to strength. We actually got picked up by the ABC News, and they did a nationwide story on their primetime news channel, which was amazing. I'm talking about what we were doing. But why I'm here to talk to you today is that we've actually paired with an initiative called TeachConnect, which is a brand new platform that's been made especially for you. So basically, there's all different categories, and it's like a symposium, but on an online space. We thought these symposiums are great, but unless you're in the exact space and area, you're not going to get to them. So we actually created a platform from the ground up with beginning and early career teachers in mind. So you can go and connect with experienced teachers, senior leaders, and ask any question you want. From the most macro question you could possibly think about in terms of education, to the most specific questions such as, what do I do when a kid throws a chair at me? What do I do? Why do my lessons keep going 15 minutes short even though I have a million resources? Why do they keep going too long? How do I engage? So you can see down there, we've got how do I handle being sick on Prac? A lot of our pre-service teachers don't want to appear weak to their mentor teachers, so they always go it through even though they've got the flu, which I probably have a little bit, you can hear in my voice. To how can I handle being a substitute teacher? Things of anything that you want, and you can actually post those. So Prac-E has connected with TeachConnect. TeachConnect is like the platform, like the TV channel, and Prac-E is a TV show on that channel, if that makes sense. So I run the Prac experience, and you can see up there the different features of each video come up live, and you can actually post questions yourself. So this is actually in pre-launch, which is amazing. The runner of this, Nick Kelly, did something like this, but real niche for design teachers. This is for beginning early teachers. And the design teachers one went off. It was amazing. Each post had like 500 responses. So this one's just started with that same formula, but for everyone. Now this is being launched in the next few months, but we have the exciting opportunity to actually, you're the first people to hear about it, amazingly, so good on you. You can be in the TeachConnect Hall of Fame, I like to call it. So it's free to join, and you can actually start connecting with experienced teachers from all over Australia and getting that support that you may need. So what I'm going to do, if you would like to join TeachConnect and join Prac-E as well and just see what we're all about, I'm going to post a post at 5:30 p.m. today on Prac-E's Instagram and our Facebook. So it's PRAC-E, and it's going to be especially for you. So you'll see it, it'll say, welcome provisionally registration QCT members, and it will have basically the one-stop shop source for all that we've been up to and all that we're going to be up to in the future. So all you need to do is join our Facebook group or like us on Instagram, and that post is going to come up at 5:30 p.m. today, and it's going to link you to the one-stop shop with everything that you may need to know. Prac-E's also gone from strength to strength. Like I said, we've been on the ABC News, but it's a fantastic opportunity to get involved now. So always looking for beginning teachers to join the team as well. So if this interests you, like the post, go through to the link, and we can start connecting you and joining this community, which I think would be a fantastic opportunity to join like-minded teachers in the medium that modern day 21st century people like to communicate with. So thank you very much for letting me in today. And if you have any questions, come up and feel free to ask. I'll hang around, and thank you so much for having me today.